Did you know that the ancient Greeks looked to the Egyptians with the same admiration we have for the Greeks and Romans today? It's true. Picture this: the Greeks, fresh in their pursuit of knowledge, art, and philosophy, gazing across the Mediterranean at the towering pyramids and grand temples of Egypt. They saw a civilization steeped in mystery, wisdom, and power. So, why were the Egyptians such a big deal for the Greeks? Let's rewind to around 600 BCE. The Greeks were just starting to make their mark on history, and they were hungry for inspiration. They traveled to Egypt, where they encountered advanced mathematics, medicine, and even astrology. Imagine them marveling at hieroglyphics, trying to decode the stories etched in stone. The Greeks didn't just admire, they absorbed. Think about it. Imagine walking through the streets of Athens and overhearing conversations about the mighty Nile, the Sphinx, and the legendary pharaohs. Greek philosophers like Pythagoras and Herodotus traveled to Egypt, bringing back knowledge that would shape Western thought. Herodotus, often called the father of history, documented Egypt's grandeur and mysteries in his writings. This wasn't just admiration. It was a deep respect for a civilization that had flourished for thousands of years. Now let's talk art. The Greeks were heavily influenced by Egyptian sculpture. They borrowed styles, poses, and even ideas about the afterlife. You can see it in their statues, those rigid stances and idealized forms. They were trying to capture the same essence that the Egyptians had perfected. The Greeks weren't just copying, they were innovating, blending what they loved about Egyptian art with their own imagination. And here's where it gets really fascinating. The Greeks believed that the Egyptians were the oldest people on Earth, the keepers of ancient wisdom. They thought the pyramids were built by divine beings. Can you imagine the awe they felt standing before those colossal structures? It's like us gazing at the Parthenon today, filled with wonder and respect. Fast forward to today, we still look back at the Greeks and Romans as the foundation of Western civilization. But it's essential to remember that they too were looking back at Egypt. This cycle of admiration and inspiration is timeless. The Greeks, like us, sought to learn from those who came before, proving that knowledge knows no boundaries and that every civilization builds on the last. So the next time you think about the greats of history, remember that they were all inspired by someone else's greatness. And that's what makes history so fascinating.